Breaking news: tragedy strikes near Reagan National Airport. A horrific plane crash near Reagan National Airport has sent shockwaves through the nation's capital. The incident, which occurred earlier this evening, has resulted in a significant loss of life. Emergency responders are working tirelessly at the crash site. We are closely monitoring the situation and will provide updates as they become available. Collision over the Potomac. What we know so far. The tragedy unfolded when a small private plane collided with a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter in mid-air, creating a catastrophic situation. The collision occurred over the Potomac River, just moments after the private plane departed from Reagan National Airport, heading towards its destination. The helicopter was reportedly on a routine training mission, a standard procedure for the U.S. Army. The impact sent both aircraft plummeting into the icy waters below, creating a scene of devastation and chaos. The Coast Guard, along with local fire and rescue teams, immediately launched a large-scale search and rescue operation, working tirelessly to find survivors. While the exact number of casualties remains unconfirmed, early reports suggest the death toll could exceed 60 individuals, making it a significant tragedy. This would make it the deadliest aviation accident in the Washington, D.C. area in decades, a somber reminder of the risks associated with air travel. The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, has dispatched a team of investigators to the scene to determine the cause of this tragic accident and to prevent future occurrences. It seemed like something out of a movie. Witnesses recount the horror. Eyewitness accounts paint a harrowing picture of the moments leading up to the crash. The chaos and confusion were palpable as people tried to make sense of what was happening. Sarah Jenkins, who was jogging along the Mount Vernon Trail, described seeing the private plane flying erratically. She said it was swaying from side to side, almost as if the pilot was struggling to control it. It seemed like it was struggling to gain altitude, Jenkins recounted, her voice still trembling. She could hardly believe her eyes as the plane dipped and rose unpredictably. And then there was this loud metallic bang. The sound was so jarring that it made everyone around stop in their tracks. I looked up just in time to see the two aircraft spiraling towards the water. It was a sight that will be etched in my memory forever. Another witness, Mark Thompson, was fishing on his boat when the collision occurred. He described the scene as surreal, almost like a slow-motion sequence from a disaster film. It was like something out of a movie, Thompson stated, still visibly shaken. He couldn't believe what he was seeing as the planes collided in mid-air. One minute the sky was clear, the next it was filled with fire and smoke. The transformation was so sudden and so violent that it left everyone in shock. I could hear people screaming from the shore. It was terrifying. The sheer panic and fear in their voices were unmistakable, adding to the overall sense of dread. Authorities have launched an investigation seeking answers amidst the wreckage of the tragic plane crash that has left the community in shock and mourning. As darkness fell over the crash site, investigators from the Federal Aviation Administration and the NTSB began their grim task of piecing together what went wrong. The scene was illuminated by the harsh beams of flashlights casting long shadows over the twisted metal. The investigation is expected to be complex and lengthy, involving meticulous examination of every piece of debris and data. The wreckage of both aircraft is submerged in the Potomac River, adding to the logistical challenges faced by investigators. Divers and specialized equipment are being deployed to recover critical components from the murky depths. "We are in the very early stages of this investigation," stated NTSB spokesperson Jennifer Homendy during a press conference held near the crash site. She emphasized the importance of patience as the team works diligently to uncover the truth. "Our priority right now is to locate the remains of those lost and begin the process of recovering the wreckage. This is a painstaking and somber task, requiring coordination between multiple agencies. We will be conducting a thorough examination of all possible factors, including weather conditions, mechanical failure, and human error. Each aspect will be scrutinized to ensure no stone is left unturned. Our goal is to determine the probable cause of this accident and prevent similar tragedies from happening in the future. The findings will be crucial in enhancing aviation safety standards and protocols." Airport disruptions and community impact. The aftermath unfolds. The tragic crash has sent ripples of disruption throughout the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Reagan National Airport was forced to temporarily suspend all flight operations following the incident. While some flights have since resumed, significant delays and cancellations are expected to continue throughout the evening. The local community is grappling with the enormity of the tragedy. Many gathered near the crash site, watching in stunned silence as rescue workers continued their efforts. Local officials have expressed their condolences to the families of the victims and pledged their support during this difficult time. The investigation into the crash is ongoing and authorities are urging anyone with information to come forward. We will continue to provide updates as they become available.